Defense. The little monster. Once Mama Drogi faced her little ones, she hugged them tenderly and kissed them many times on the cheek. And they couldn't get enough of her hug. They had missed her so much, even though her trip hadn't lasted many days. So kids, how have you been? Were you good or did you mess around? We were very good, Mom, but we had an adventure that we will never forget. We got so scared. Scared? Why? What happened? Don't worry, Mom. We will tell you all about it. Even though Mama Drogi was worried, she sat on her armchair, adjusted her tail, crossed her legs, and waited for her children to narrate their adventure. She knew they were good kids, but they were also a bit naughty. Everything started in the evening when you left. We were sitting at home watching TV when we heard a knock on the door. We didn't want to open, but we saw a small dragon from the window who was begging us to open the door. You opened the door to a stranger. He was just a kid, Mom, and we felt sorry for him. He looked so frightened. So, what happened then? He said he was scared because he had seen the monster at the lake. It was very big, he said, with a huge tail and a wide open mouth. Its teeth were so sharp that they could eat him up. To avoid that, he ran away and got to our doorstep. Shouldn't we have opened the door to him? You did well. But what if that monster had chased him and got until here? That's what happened, Mom. The monster had chased him, and then our adventure started. Don't keep me waiting. Tell me what happened. The small dragon was so scared that when he entered, he hid under the sofa right away. We couldn't get him to calm down and tell us exactly what had happened. When he got out of his hiding place, we gave him a glass of orange juice to drink and some cookies to eat. He ate and then started talking to us. So, nobody had ever talked to him about the monster of the lake? His family moved to our neighborhood a few days ago. That afternoon, he had gone out for a walk on his own because his parents had gone hunting. He got at the lake, and since he was tired, he sat on a rock and started gazing the nature around him, when he heard a strange noise. Then the waters of the lake started shaking and a head sprang from the bottom. It was the dragon? Yes. Its eyes were black and round. Its ears looked like an airplane, and two big things that looked like horns were attached to its head. As soon as our friend saw that head, he got so scared that he couldn't scream nor move. And what did the monster do? He got out of the lake and approached our friend, who immediately got up from the rock and ran away. He stopped running when he reached our home. So the monster got here too? A bit later, when we went to bed, we heard a noise at the yard. We looked out from the grill and saw a tremendous dragon standing and looking at us. We decided right away that we had to defend ourselves and our new friend. And what did you do? We thought that our dragon might be hungry and could want to grab a bite. So, instead of eating us, we decided to give it a chicken that we had left in the fridge. We took it and threw it at the yard, but the monster did not even touch it. Instead, it stood still, staring at us. You got scared. Very. We thought it wanted to eat us. Oh, my little children. What happened then? We remembered that you had told us that our house is built strong. So, we thought of hiding inside it, since the monster would not be able to tear it down. You thought right. Finally, did the monster leave? No, something else happened. It rang our doorbell and shouted that it didn't want to hurt us, but just to meet us. It had no friend at the lake. If only you could hear how kindly it spoke to us. I can't believe what I'm hearing. In the beginning, we got frightened and didn't open the door. But when it found a ball in the yard and started playing all by itself, we understood it meant no harm. So, we opened the door, and a few minutes later, we took liberties, and we cannot describe how much we played. The monster scored very impressive goals. Its name is Little Monster, and it lives alone at the lake. It is a bit ugly, but when it smiles, the whole sky shines. I'm glad you got a new friend. And what happened with the little neighbor? He lives nearby as well, with his parents and his grandmother. He too has a unique story to tell you. You tell me a story. Before they came to live here, they lived in a country far away. There, he had a friend, a little monster that walked on its 2 feet and didn't look like us. He was, he says, a little boy called Anestis, but he couldn't speak with him because he spoke another language that he didn't understand. And which language was that? The human. He told us some things about humans, but we didn't understand them well. What do you know about them? What I know is that they don't get near us because they are afraid of us. Then that boy Anestis, why did he play with our friend? Maybe the story he told you is not true, or maybe Anestis is an exception. But then again, maybe he saw these monsters that he names humans in his sleep. Who knows?